land far away where the sun turned palaces to gold, there lived a beautiful princess, daughter of the mighty Sultan who was the ruler of all the land. Few had ever seen her face, yet tales of her beauty spread like whispers through the streets. One morning, the Sultan ordered every soul to stay indoors, for his daughter wished to visit the bathhouse unseen. All obeyed, all except one, Aladdin, and when she lifted her veil, he saw the most radiant vision his eyes had ever known. From that moment, he vowed he would do anything to make her his.
Welcome to Tales Around the World. Here, we uncover the original versions of stories you may think you know. These fairy tales are not only beautiful, wise, and thrilling, but also, at times, gruesome and dark. Passed down through generations, these tales reveal the deeper truths, hidden within the shadows of old folklore. Viewer discretion is advised. Some stories may contain themes not suitable for children under 13, so sit back, relax, and let us guide you through the magical, haunting, and unforgettable world of Tales Around the World.
In a quiet corner of an old city lived a poor tailor and his son, Aladdin, a clever but restless boy with no ambition beyond playing in the streets from dawn till dusk. His father's heart broke over his laziness, and when grief claimed his life, Aladdin's mother was left alone to raise him. But even her tears and pleading could not steer her son away from his carefree life. One afternoon, as Aladdin played with his friends, a stranger approached, a tall man cloaked in mystery, with eyes that seemed to hold secrets from faraway lands.
"Tell me, boy,"
the man asked,
"are you not the son of Mustafa the tailor?"
"I am,"
said Aladdin.
"but my father passed long ago."
At this, the stranger's eyes softened. He embraced Aladdin and exclaimed,
"My dear nephew, I am your father's brother, long lost from this land."
Overjoyed, Aladdin ran home to tell his mother that his uncle had returned after many years abroad. Though surprised, for she believed her husband had no living brothers, she welcomed the man and prepared a meal. That evening, the stranger arrived with baskets of fruit and wine. He bowed before the empty seat where Mustafa had once sat and spoke with affection of days gone by. He said he had travelled for 40 years, wandering distant realms, unaware of his brother's death. Turning to Aladdin, he asked what trade he practiced. Aladdin lowered his head, ashamed. His mother wept, confessing that the boy refused to work. The stranger smiled kindly.
"Then I shall open a fine shop for him,"
he promised. The next morning he brought Aladdin splendid new clothes and led him through the bustling city, showing him its wonders. The boy returned home that night proud and radiant, and his mother began to hope at last. The following day, Aladdin's uncle took him beyond the city walls, across open fields and shaded groves, until they came upon a lonely valley between two mountains. They sat beside a marble fountain where the man shared a simple cake. As evening neared, Aladdin grew tired and begged to return home, but the stranger's stories of magic and fortune lured him onward. At last they stopped in a rocky hollow. The man built a small fire, tossed upon it a pinch of sparkling powder, and whispered strange words. The ground trembled, and before them a slab of stone rose up, engraved with ancient runes, with a bronze ring set into its center. Startled, Aladdin stepped back, but the man seized his arm roughly.
"Do not be afraid,"
he said in a tone both commanding and gentle.
"This treasure is meant for you alone. Lift the stone as I instruct, and obey my words exactly."
The word treasure caught Aladdin's ear. Forgetting his fear, he did as told, speaking his father's and grandfather's names as he pulled on the ring. The stone lifted easily, revealing a dark stairway spiraling down.
Descend,
Said the man.
You will find 3 great halls. Touch nothing, or you will die. Beyond them lies a garden of wondrous trees heavy with glowing fruit. Walk to the terrace, take the lamp you find burning there, pour out its oil and bring it to me. It is yours if you do as I say.
He gave Aladdin a ring from his own hand.
This will protect you. Now go.
Aladdin descended, and the air shimmered with enchantment. In the halls, he saw treasures beyond imagining, but dared not touch a single jewel. The garden blazed with light. Emeralds, rubies, and sapphires hung like fruit from crystal trees. He filled his pockets with them and took the lamp, just as instructed. When he returned to the mouth of the cave, the man cried impatiently,
Quick, give me the lamp!
I'll hand it to you when I'm safely out,
said Aladdin. The man's face twisted with fury. He threw another pinch of powder into the fire, muttering darkly. The earth groaned and sealed the entrance, trapping Aladdin inside. He was no uncle, but a sorcerer from a faraway land who sought the lamp to wield its power alone, intending to betray the boy once he had it. For 2 days, Aladdin sat in darkness, certain he would die. In despair, he clasped his hands and by chance rubbed the ring the magician had given him. Instantly the ground shook and a massive figure of shadow and fire burst forth.
I am the slave of the ring.
It thundered.
What is your command?
Get me out of this place,
cried Aladdin. The earth split and Aladdin stumbled into the sunlight. Weak and hungry, he made his way home and collapsed in his mother's arms. When he awoke, he told her everything and showed her the lamp and strange fruit from the underground garden. They glittered like stars.
We have nothing to eat.
His mother sighed.
I will sell this cotton I spun.
No,
said Aladdin.
we will sell the lamp instead.
But the lamp was filthy, and as his mother began to polish it, a roar filled the room, and another giant figure appeared.
I am the slave of the lamp,
It said.
What do you wish of me?
Aladdin, trembling but bold, said.
Bring us food.
In moments, the table was covered with dishes of silver, steaming meats, and crystal cups filled with fragrant wine. They feasted. Aladdin's mother wanted to sell the lamp, fearing it was cursed, but Aladdin refused.
This lamp is our fortune,
He said. And from that day on, whenever they were in need, he summoned the genie of the lamp. Years passed. One morning the Sultan proclaimed that all must stay indoors as his daughter, the princess, travelled to the bathhouse. Aladdin's curiosity burned. He hid near the gate and glimpsed her face as she lifted her veil, and in that instant his heart was lost. He returned home pale and feverish with love.
Mother,
He said.
I must marry the Sultan's daughter, or I shall die.
She laughed, but when he would not be dissuaded, she agreed to carry his request, bringing with her a gift unlike any ever seen, the jewels from the enchanted garden, shining brighter than the sun itself. The Sultan was struck speechless by their beauty, but his vizier, jealous and cunning, whispered for delay.
Let 3 months pass.
He said.
My son will offer a richer gift.
The Sultan agreed and told Aladdin's mother he would consider it after 3 months. So Aladdin waited patiently until word came that the princess would marry the vizier's son that very night, 2 months after the promise was made. Rage and heartbreak consumed him as he thought about the Sultan breaking his promise, but he remembered the lamp.
Bring me the bride and groom.
He commanded the genie. And at midnight, the the genie transported the princess and her new husband to Aladdin's chamber. The vizier's son was cast out into the cold, while Aladdin stood by the frightened princess.
Fear nothing.
He said softly.
You were promised to me by fate itself.
When dawn came, the genie returned the couple to the palace, leaving the vizier's son shivering and terrified. The next night it happened again. The same mysterious abduction, the same bitter cold, the same fear that froze his heart. By morning, he could endure no more. Trembling and humiliated, he begged the Sultan to dissolve the marriage, confessing that no love could survive such dreadful nights. The Sultan, troubled by his words and the princess's own silence, granted the annulment, and thus the princess was free. When the 3 months had passed, Aladdin's mother returned to the Sultan. Reminded of his promise, the Sultan demanded a dazzling display, 40 golden basins filled with jewels carried by 40 richly dressed servants, each led by another. Aladdin smiled. With a wave of the lamp, the genie provided everything. The grand procession amazed the city, and when the Sultan beheld it, he said,
"Bring your son. I will welcome him as family."
Aladdin arrived in splendor, riding a stallion that gleamed like polished bronze, his robe woven with gold. The people cheered as he passed. That day, the Sultan embraced him as a prince and granted him the princess's hand. But Aladdin asked for one night's delay.
I must build her a palace worthy of her grace.
By dawn, the genie had raised a palace of white marble and silver, with walls studded in rubies, emeralds, and gold. A velvet carpet stretched from its gates to the Sultan's own. The princess was led there in triumph, and the two were wed beneath the shimmering dome of the great hall, whose windows sparkled like captured stars. Aladdin soon became beloved by all. His kindness and calm wisdom won every heart, from the humblest servant to the highest noble. The Sultan, recognizing his courage and intelligence, made him commander of the royal armies. Aladdin led them to victory after victory, bringing honor to the throne, yet he never allowed success to make him proud. He spoke gently, rewarded fairly, and lived as modestly as when he had been poor. Years of peace followed until far away the magician discovered, through his dark arts, that Aladdin still lived and now ruled as a prince beside the Sultan's daughter. Fury and envy consumed him, for he knew this triumph could only have been achieved through the lamp he had once tried to claim. Determined to reclaim its power and destroy Aladdin, he crossed deserts and stormy seas until he reached Aladdin's country. Disguised as a humble peddler, he wandered the streets with a basket of shining new lamps, calling mockingly,
"New lamps for old, new lamps for old."
His strange cry drew laughter from the townspeople who followed him out of curiosity. Before long, his voice echoed through the courtyard of Aladdin's palace. The princess, sitting in the grand hall with her attendants, heard the commotion and sent a servant to learn the cause. The servant returned nearly breathless from laughter.
My lady,
She said,
there is a fool in the streets offering to trade new golden lamps for old ones.
The princess, amused by the absurdity of it, smiled.
What a curious man.
She said lightly. Another servant, glancing toward the cornice where an old, tarnished lamp sat forgotten, added,
There is one here that might please him.
Unaware of its power, the very lamp that had brought Aladdin every fortune and victory, the princess laughed.
Very well, take it,
She said.
Ha! Let him have the old one and bring me back a new, brighter lamp in exchange. It will make a better ornament.
Moments later, the magician's hands closed around the lamp he had sought for years. His eyes gleamed with triumph as he snatched it from the servant, gave her one of his worthless new lamps and hurried away, the crowd still laughing, never guessing that the fate of the palace had just changed forever. The magician seized it eagerly, fled the city, and summoned the genie. With a word, the palace and princess vanished from sight, carried away to his homeland. When the Sultan awoke, the grand palace was gone. In fury, he accused Aladdin of sorcery and betrayal and ordered Aladdin to be executed immediately. Only the love of the people saved him from execution. Given 40 days to find his wife, Aladdin wandered hopelessly until, kneeling by a river in despair, he rubbed the ring. The lesser genie appeared and carried him across the world, as he wasn't powerful enough to undo everything that unfolded. The genie of the ring brought him down beneath the window of his lost princess. They were reunited in secret, and she told him all, how the magician had stolen the lamp, torn the palace from its home, and demanded she forget her husband to become his bride. Aladdin took her trembling hands in his and said gently,
"My love, listen to me. The lamp he carries is no common trinket. It is the heart of all our fortune. Within it dwells a powerful spirit who obeys only the one who holds it. It built our palace, fed us in our poorest days, and raised me from nothing to the man you know. The magician knew this, and that is why he stole it. But he cannot wield its power for long if we act swiftly."
He drew from his robe a small vial of glittering powder.
"Tonight,"
he said, his voice steady and low,
"you must dine with him. Smile, speak kindly, and show no fear. Ask him to drink with you, and when his cup is full, pour this into his wine. The moment he drinks, his reign ends forever."
The princess, pale but resolute, nodded her understanding. Her eyes met Aladdin's, filled with both love and determination.
"For you,"
she whispered.
"I will do it."
The princess did as told. When the magician drank, he fell dead at her feet. Aladdin took back the lamp, summoned the genie, and commanded him to return the palace and all within it to their rightful place. The next morning, the Sultan awoke to see the palace standing once more, gleaming in the sun, and reunited with his daughter. Peace reigned again, until the magician's brother, more wicked still, came seeking vengeance. He murdered a holy woman named Fatima, masked his beard, and disguised himself in her robes, entering the city as a healer. The people revered him, and even the princess invited her to stay within the palace. When Aladdin returned from his journey, the princess told Aladdin she wished for a roc's egg to hang from the great dome, an idea whispered by the supposed holy woman. Aladdin rubbed the lamp and gave the command. The genie erupted in a thunderous blaze.
"Wretch!"
he roared, and the hall shook.
"You dare command me to bring the egg of the rock, who is my master, and hang him here like a trinket? You and your palace deserve to be scorched to ash for this insult."
His fury crackled in the air, but he stayed his hand.
"I will spare you only because this request is not yours. It was planted in your wife's mind by the brother of the magician you destroyed. He is inside your palace now, disguised beneath the veil of the holy woman he murdered."
With that revelation delivered, the genie vanished in disgust, still offended by the blasphemous request. Aladdin returned to the princess at once. Pretending a sudden headache, he asked that the holy Fatima attend him. When the false healer approached, Aladdin seized his moment, drew his dagger, and struck the sorcerer to the heart. The veil fell, truth laid bare at last. Afterward, peace returned to the palace, and Aladdin and the princess ruled long and wisely. From that day forward, peace returned to Aladdin's land. He ruled with wisdom beside the princess he loved. At its heart, Aladdin's story is one of transformation, not only from poverty to splendor, but from recklessness to wisdom. Though his journey began in eagerness and pride, it was his humility and kindness toward others that truly saved him. By treating all people with care, rich or poor, Aladdin earned a loyalty that no magic could command. In this retelling, we leave behind the prejudice of older versions, yet the heart of the story remains. It reminds us that goodness returned, is goodness first given, and that a pure heart, though imperfect, shines brighter than any treasure. And so the light of Aladdin's lamp endures, not for power, but for hope.
What did you think of today's story? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more tales from around the world. If there's a story you'd love to hear next, share it with us below.